Good morning children. Once again back to our topic today, Newton's laws of motion. So today I am going to explain very famous and very important Newton's laws of motion, that is Newton's third law of motion, right? So to explain Newton's third law of motion, a small example is here for you. So you already know about spring balance, right? What is the use of spring balance? Spring balance is used to measure the weight or force of an object. So this is a picture of a spring balance. Some scales are mentioned there, and one hook is there to drag the object, and one hanger will be there, and one pointer. So this is a spring balance. Like that, two spring balance we are taking, okay, and both we are connected together. So you can see in the picture, both connected together, and we are pulling from opposite direction. Both the spring balances we are going to pull from opposite direction, and observe the reading in both of the spring balances. What are you observing? What are you observing the reading in both of the spring balances? Yes, you can observe the same readings in both of the spring balances. Same reading only. So, can you explain this one, use of Newton's third law of motion? Yes, we can explain this example with the help of Newton's third law of motion. So, let us see it. So, suppose here is one object A and here is one object B. What Newton's third law is explaining is the explanation of Newton's third law is one object is exerting some force to the other. One object is exerting some force to the other object. So here two objects we have taken. So what happened? One body is exerting some force on the other object. That I can write force acting A to B. That is FAB. FAB in the sense force acting A to B. At the same time, the another objects also exert some force on the first object with the equal magnitude. Equal magnitude, the other object also exerts some force on the first object. But you can see here, even though equal magnitude, what about the direction? The direction of the force is opposite, right? The direction of the force is opposite, but it is in equal magnitude. So that will explain in Newton's third law of motion. One object is exerting some force on the other object. The other object also exerts some force on the first object with equal magnitude but opposite direction. So shall I write FAB, that is force acting on A to B, is equal to force acting on B to A. Can I write? Yes, but here is a minus sign. What does the minus sign indicate? What is the negative sign indicate? The force is in opposite direction. Same magnitude, but the direction is, that force direction is opposite. And similarly, the third law of motion already saying that every reaction there is an equal and opposite reaction. Maybe you heard these sentences, right? Every reaction there is an equal and opposite reaction. So this is Newton's third law of motion explanation. So these two opposite forces we call as action-reaction pairs. Action-reaction pairs. That is, the force acting on first body to the second body we called as action. At the same time, the second body also exert same force to the other object, to the first object with the opposite direction, that we called as reaction. So this action plus reaction, we can say that it's Newton's third law. Newton's third law. Action and reaction together form Newton's third law. Understood? So many examples, daily life, so many examples we can explain regarding Newton's third law. Suppose, simple example, when you are walking on the ground, right? So when you are walking on the ground, how you can apply there Newton's third law? So many examples we can explain on the basis of Newton's third law of motion in our daily life. A simple example I will tell you. We are walking on the ground, right? Here how we can explain regarding Newton's third law of motion. Okay, listen. So each of his step, he exerts some force on this ground. Is it or not? Each of his step, he exerts some force on the ground. That we call as, what it is? Action. At the same time, the ground also exerts some force on his feet. That is with opposite direction, right? Here the exerting in this direction means the ground exerts the force in opposite direction. That is reaction. So this is one example for one application of Newton's third law of motion. Is it or not? And another example.
The propulsion of rockets can be explained by Newton's third law. The engine emits hot burning gases in the downward direction, that is the action. At the same time, the gases apply an equal and opposite reaction force to the rocket in the upward direction. So that makes the rocket is propelled. The fish or man can easily swim in the water because of Newton's third law of motion. Here the fish push back the water with a force, that is the action. At the same time, the water also exerts an equal and opposite force to the fish body. That's why the fish can move easily forward.
How Newton's third law of motion differs from the other two laws means you already learned that Newton's first law and second law it applicable to single body. When we are explaining Newton's first law of motion or second law of motion, there we are considering a single body only, right? But when we are explaining Newton's third law of motion, how many objects minimum? Two objects. Two objects we have to consider. So we can say that Newton's third law of motion applies or it explains the interaction between two bodies. Understood? Newton's third law of motion never acts on a single body. That you have to be. But first law and second law explain or applies only a single body. But Newton's third law explains the interaction of two objects. Like that, Newton's third law of motion differs from the other two laws. Now we are going to learn, about the rocket. Have you ever made a rocket? Okay, whatever it may be. Today we are going to learn how to make balloon rocket, which is the application of Newton's third law of motion. By the help of Newton's third law of motion, we are going to make one balloon rocket. Okay, so what are the materials we have to need for this balloon rocket? Once we have to see it.
To make one balloon rocket, we need the following material: one balloon and one straw, a long thread, and one sellotape. Now let us see how to do it. Tie the ends of the thread both sides and fix the balloon on the thread with the help of a straw and one sellotape. Now just leave the balloon and observe the movement of the balloon. So here which law is applicable?
So have you seen how can we make a balloon rocket with the help of Newton's third law of motion? Understood? Now we are going to learn another important activity, which is also we can write the example for Newton's third law of motion. How to prove Newton's third law of motion, that action and the reaction, how we can show in the lab. Right. So let us see the activity of how to explain or how to prove Newton's third law of motion in the lab.
To do this activity, we need one test tube, rubber core cap, Bunsen burner, table, stand and a thread. Take a test tube and put some water on it and close the test tube with the help of a rubber core cap and suspend the test tube horizontally with the help of a thread. Now heat the test tube until the complete water vaporized and the rubber core cap blows out, and observe the movement of the cap and the test tube. You can observe that the cork will move in forward direction and the test tube moves in backward direction. So this activity also proves Newton's third law of motion.
So children understood what is Newton's third law of motion, what is the definition of Newton's third law of motion, and what are the examples of Newton's third law of motion in our daily life, and one lab activity, how to prove the action and reaction forces are acting in different objects we have seen, right? So you can also observe your surrounding and you can also collect some examples of this Newton's third law of motion other than what I have explained. So you can also observe the surrounding and collect the information regarding Newton's third law of motion. So I hope you understood the topic today. Have a nice day.